Hey, my friends, welcome to Soul Talks Shorts. We'll be bringing Alison Proffit and the Soul Secret of the Week here in just a moment. I'm Paul Wozniak, a realtor who helps people buy and sell residential real estate along the Front Range of northern Colorado. And Alison Proffit is a business coach, holistic life leadership and business coach, helping people connect with bringing more joy to everything they do. Now, we release Soul Talks with Proffit and Paul every 2 weeks, so in the off weeks, we want to give you a little offering, and so we're going to give you Alison's Soul Secret of the Week. When we started the podcast, I said to Alison, I really want to help people by starting each episode by giving them a usable piece of coaching from you that they can implement in their daily lives. And that's exactly what she brings us with the Soul Secret of the Week. So this is Soul Talk Shorts, and here's Alison and I with the Soul Secret of the Week.
So the Soul Secret of the Week is all around connecting with your breath.
Oh, beautiful.
So our theme this week is home, and our home is our body. Mm-hmm. And so we breathe all day long unconsciously. It's how we stay alive. But when's the last time, and I'm going to have you do this with me, I'm going to guide everybody through. Go ahead and take a nice, slow, deep breath in through your nose to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold that breath. And then go ahead and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. And then you're going to go ahead and breathe in slowly, holding at the top of your inhale and then extending your exhale. And when you're doing the exhale, I want you to imagine there's a string on your belly button, pulling your belly button all the way back towards the base of your spine. What you're doing is you're actually activating your vagus nerve. And that is a nerve that actually stimulates relaxation throughout your entire nervous system. And so the power is not necessarily on the inhale, it's actually on the exhale. And Paul, I know you do a lot of work in the yoga practices that you're trained in and that you teach other people around. Yes. And breath is called, I think, prana, right? In the yoga world. Mm-hmm. And so breath is everything. And so if you ever find yourself feeling nervous or unsure or excited, like wherever you are, your breath is always there. And we can really find solutions when we slow down and breathe, because you're actually activating what's called your parasympathetic nervous system, all these sciencey terms. None of that really matters. Just know that when you take the time to breathe, you're allowing your brain to kind of catch up and come up with solutions.
So for our listeners, keep breathing. Like she said, inhale to the count of 4, slight constriction in the back of your throat so your breath becomes audible. Hold it at the top and then exhale to the count of 5 with an audible exhale. At YogaPod, the studio that I teach at, I teach yoga part-time. I'm a realtor full-time. I'm just way into yoga. And this is what hooked me, is the idea of breathing in this way. So we'll call this Ujjayi breath or victorious breath. And we use it to fuel our movements. So when you hear me, and I don't even have to exaggerate, this is how I start breathing as soon as I get onto my mat, or whenever I have to focus on something, or when big sources of stress come into my life, you'll hear me go. That's the Ujjayi breath, the victorious breath. And Alison, I loved your cue of bringing the belly button in like a string is pulling your belly button toward the back of your spine. That's a beautiful cue.
Yeah, thank you. And it can be, I mean, we breathe all day long, right? We breathe from the moment we're born, but we're doing it very unconsciously. So it's about shifting into a more conscious breathing, and doing that more often than not just allows you to get settled into being at home in your body.
Absolutely. We breathe first whenever, so we're here on the podcast. If you've had some breakfast, Alison, that's all the food that you have until we get done with this podcast. I do have a cup of coffee, but I don't need it in order to complete the podcast, but we do need our breath at all times. And the breath is often something that I'll go back to and look to as a source of gratitude when things are going a little bit rough and I need to find something to be grateful for, I can always be grateful for my breath, because I'll tell you what, you can't take it away. As soon as the breath is taken away, we'll be making different plans to do something.
Something beyond us.
Plans will shift. So let's all breathe in to the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold at the top. And then exhale audibly. If your neighbor was there, they'd be able to hear you breathing. And
so
hold.
Good. So good.
Inhale to the count of 4. 4. Hold. And exhale to the count of 2, 4, 5. Alison, you often start us off this way. This is the reason why you picked this for the very first Soul Secret of the Week. This is one of the most important things for you.
Yes. Coming back to the breath is always how you just come home to yourself. Because if you're focusing on your breath, you don't have to focus on anything else. And it doesn't take long to just get calm through breathing. So yeah, now I'm ready. Let's do this. All
right. Thank you, Alison, for the Soul Secret of the Week. Serve your soul and subscribe. Listen for new episodes on Sundays. We're going to release these podcasts on Sundays, every other. If we increase the frequency, we'll let you know. But check it out. Soul Talks with Proffit and Paul. New episodes on Sundays. Share, follow, like, please, and sign up on Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you get your favorite podcasts. You know, nothing we do happens in a vacuum, Alison. It requires support from good people and good companies. Can we take a moment to tell you about one of our show sponsors?
Yeah. So my business Proffit Coach is one of the primary sponsors for this podcast. And in my business Proffit Coach, I help people fall in love and find joy in what they do and how they do it, primarily working with business coaches and leaders, but also helping individuals as well who are just looking for bringing more joy into their life. And I am just really excited to have this podcast as a platform to just bring more of that wisdom and inspiration out there to the world. So reach out. There'll be contact information in the show notes for how you can get in touch with me and Proffit Coach.